All right, so we've had a ton of requests for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a deep dive into the world of cat grooming.
Really?
Oh, yeah, tons. Seems like everyone wants to know the secrets to keeping their feline friend looking fabulous.
Uh-huh. Makes sense. I mean, who doesn't love a well-groomed cat, right?
Exactly. But, it's not just about looks. It's about their health and happiness, too.
Oh, absolutely. It's all connected. A healthy coat, happy cat.
Right. So for this deep dive, we're taking a look at grooming, brushing my kitties and cats.
Okay, I've got to ask, is that kitties with a Y?
Oh, it is.
Ugh.
It is. Gotta love those quirky titles.
Yeah, well, hey, whatever gets the information out there, right?
Exactly. And this guide, it does get into some surprisingly specific stuff.
Oh, good. Because honestly, there is a lot more to cat grooming than meets the eye.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
Well, I thought a brush was a brush,
Ah, if only were that simple.
Right. But no, this guide breaks down 5 essential tools. We've got the slicker brush.
Okay, classic.
Yeah, the bristle brush.
Another good one.
The rubber mitt. Now, that one intrigued me.
Oh, the rubber mitt's great, especially for short-haired cats. It really picks up that loose fur.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, then there's the comb. Good for getting out those tangles.
Absolutely, essential for any cat owner. But then we get to the big one, the dematting tool. Now, that one can be a lifesaver, especially if you have a long-haired cat, prone to those mats.
Oh, yeah, those can get nasty.
Oh, they can be terrible. And painful for the cat, too. And the best part, all of these tools, super affordable. I mean, we're talking like $5 to $25.
Seriously, I thought for sure some of this stuff would be like fancy gadgets.
Nope. Simple and effective. I mean, it's way cheaper than a trip to the vet to deal with a matted mess.
That's a good point.
Right.
Okay, so we've got our arsenal of tools. What about the when and the how often?
Right. So the timing. One thing that really surprised me in this guide was that long-haired cats, they actually need daily brushing.
Daily?
Yeah. Apparently, it's super important to prevent those mats from forming, and it helps distribute the natural oils in their fur, keeping it healthy.
Wow, daily. That's commitment.
It is, but hey, think of it like a bonding ritual,
Yeah.
A little spa time for your kitty.
Okay, spa time might be pushing it, but I get the bonding aspect.
And it's not just about looks. Regular brushing, it stimulates blood flow, helps remove dead skin, and it can even be relaxing for the cat.
I was going to say, I'm not sure all cats would find it relaxing.
Haha, true. Some are definitely more into it than others. And speaking of, what about those short-haired cats? Do they get off easy?
Right, I was wondering about that. So they don't need daily brushing, right?
Not daily, but the guide still recommends at least once a week. They shed too, And that weekly brushing, it helps prevent hairballs, keeps their coat shiny, and gives you a chance to check their skin for any, bumps or scratches.
Oh, good point. Like a little health check while you're at it.
Exactly. Prevention is key. Right.
Totally. Okay, so how long should these brushing sessions be? I mean, do we need to block off an hour?
No, not at all. They suggest 5 to 15 minutes. The key is to start slow and gradually increase the time.
Yeah, probably smart not to overwhelm them.
Exactly. And pay attention to your cat's body language. If they start hissing or flattening their ears.
Oh, I know those signs.
Yeah, if they start acting restless, that's your cue to maybe back off a bit.
Respect the boundaries.
Exactly. And, speaking of boundaries, there are certain areas you want to be extra careful around.
Oh, yeah, the belly. Right.
The belly, the underarms, and the tail. These areas are more sensitive, and that's often where those pesky mats like to hide.
Yeah, like little fur gremlins.
Haha, exactly. So be super gentle when you're brushing those spots. If you find a mat, don't just yank at it. Use the dematting tool or take them to a groomer.
Solid advice. Okay, so we've got the tools, the timing, the technique, but how do we make this more than just a chore?
Right. How do we turn brushing into bonding time? Well, it all starts with making it a positive experience for your cat.
I feel like treats are going to come into play here.
Haha. Well, treats are always a good motivator, but it's more than just that. It's about creating a calm environment.
Okay, so like dim the lights, put on some soothing music.
Haha. Maybe not that extreme,
Yeah.
but yeah, find a quiet spot, maybe a sunny patch on the floor, or their favorite perch.
Their happy place.
Exactly. And start slow, just a few strokes at first, paired with lots of praise and maybe a little treat.
I bet talking to them in a soothing voice helps too.
Absolutely. Cats are very attuned to our voices. A gentle, good kitty or a head scratch goes a long way.
So we're not just groomers, we're like cat whisperers.
Uh-huh. I love that.
Yeah.
Using our powers of persuasion to turn brushing into a pleasurable experience.
Exactly. Although, got to be realistic, not every cat is going to be a fan of brushing, right?
True, some cats just have different tolerances. Some love it, some tolerate it, and some will let you know they're not having it.
Yeah, I've got one of each.
Haha, classic. And that's totally fine. The key is to respect their boundaries and find what works for each cat. Maybe for one it's a full brush down, for another it's just a little chin scratch.
Yeah, I think that's a good takeaway. It's not one size fits all.
Not at all. It's about paying attention to your cat's individual needs and preferences.
I'm realizing there's so much more to cat grooming than I initially thought.
Right. It's a whole world.
It really is. And it's not just about keeping them looking good. It's about their health, their happiness, and strengthening that bond we share with them.
Absolutely. And, even if your cat isn't a fan of full body brushing right away, don't give up. Just focus on those areas they do enjoy, and who knows, maybe with a little patience and positive reinforcement, they'll come to love it.
I think that's a great note to end on. Thanks for all the insights.
My pleasure. Happy grooming, everyone.